Hi everyone, and welcome to this video on how to choose your Oxbridge college when making your university application. My name is Jessica. I studied law at Lincoln College at Oxford University. I know firsthand how overwhelming choosing a college can feel when you're making a university application, especially when you've never visited a college before or don't fully understand how the collegiate system works. This video will break down everything clearly and help you make that decision with confidence. By the end, you'll hopefully know exactly what to look for and how to find your perfect college match. Oxford and Cambridge are a bit different from other UK universities because of what's called the collegiate system. Essentially, instead of being one big institution, each university is made up of individual colleges. Think of your college as your home base. You'll live there, eat meals there, socialise there, and receive much of your teaching through small group tutorials there. So when you apply to Oxford or Cambridge University, you don't just apply to the university in general, you also pick a college, or you let the university assign one for you. So why do you need to pick a college? Well, when you apply to either Oxford or Cambridge University through UCAS, you can either choose a specific college or you can make what's called an open application. This means you don't express a preference for any college, and the university will then assign your application to a college for you. If you're then shortlisted for an interview, it will usually take place at your chosen or assigned college. Depending on your subject and how many applicants there are, you might also be interviewed by a second college. The key thing to know is, while the college system may feel a bit confusing or like a big decision that you have to make before you apply, in reality you're still applying to the same university and for the same course, no matter which college you actually end up in at the end. One of the best parts of the collegiate system is how much of your day-to-day life happens within your college. Each college has its own societies, from drama groups to subject-specific societies, college newspapers, etc. So for instance, we had our own law society within Lincoln College at Oxford University. There are college sports teams for every level as well. You're also taught by tutors within your college, so your college becomes both your academic base and your support network. Although you also do have lectures where you get to meet most of the cohort for the course you have chosen and where everyone sort of comes together, from my own experience, you tend to spend a lot of time with your college cohort for the course, which is usually a very small group of people. So in my case, I only had about 6 other people studying law at Lincoln College, and you end up doing your tutorials together and getting to know each other very well. Because of this, the college you choose can shape a lot of your university experience, from the people you meet to the opportunities you then get involved with. Now, on to the most important part. What should you actually consider when deciding what college to choose in your applications? There's a couple of different factors. So, subject availability, the college size and the atmosphere, the facilities the college has to offer, the accommodation the college offers, any sports or societies at the college, as well as its location. So how I picked my college was that I attended a summer school at Oxford University called Unique, and I happened to be placed at Lincoln College for the duration of my summer school. So I really loved it. I spent 5 days there. I loved the atmosphere of the college and I could see myself studying there. So when I did end up applying, I decided to apply to Lincoln College. I'd strongly recommend attending open days or summer schools to experience life at the college firsthand. It's the best way to get to understand what that college has to offer, and it makes making that decision slightly easier. But let's go into these factors a little bit more. So, the first thing you want to consider, and the most important thing arguably, is making sure the college actually offers your course. Now, while most colleges do teach the major subjects, not every single college will take applicants for every course. So in some cases, the choice will be made for you. You can find this information out usually on the university website, either the course page or on the individual college pages. So for instance, if you want to study law, you need to make sure that the college you're interested in actually teaches the subject. At the bottom there, we just have some panoramic videos of the University of Cambridge. The second factor you want to consider is the size of the college. Colleges vary in size. Some are really small, meaning you'll get to know almost everyone in your year, while others are much larger. There's greater diversity of people, and potentially they host more events throughout the year. There's no right or wrong here. It really comes down to what kind of environment you'd prefer and thrive in. So Lincoln College, where I studied, they have around 300 to 400 students overall. You'll know almost everyone in your year there, and many students from other years too. It feels like a really close-knit family, whereas larger colleges might have over 600 students studying there. You might meet more people and have access to more college-specific societies and events, but you might not get to know everyone as well due to just the scale of it. So there, at the bottom, we have an image of St. Catherine's College in Oxford, which is the largest college in terms of cohort size. The third factor you want to consider is facilities. So different colleges will offer different facilities. Some colleges have their own excellent libraries. So at Lincoln College, it was amazing because Lincoln has their own library and I could just access it with my room key. Whereas other colleges may not have their own library and they might rely more on the Central University Library instead, like the law library. There are also more unique features which some colleges can offer. So for instance, some have their own chapel, which Lincoln College had. They also have different common room facilities, study spaces. Perhaps if you're musical, there'll be practice rooms or pianos available at the college. You might also want to check out what the dining facilities are like. So some colleges offer daily formal dinners, while others are more relaxed. So that's just something that you may be interested in and may want to look closer into the kind of facilities that they offer. So at the bottom left, that image is an image of Lincoln Library. And on the bottom right, it's an image of Lincoln Chapel. So that's just an example of the kind of facilities that my college offered, which perhaps other colleges didn't offer. And then they might have had different facilities to the ones I had access to as well. The fourth factor you'll want to consider is accommodation. This was quite important to me and maybe something you want to look out for. So some colleges guarantee you a room on site for every year of your degree, whilst others may only offer this for the first year or two. So just to talk a bit about my experience, at my college, Lincoln College, they guaranteed accommodation for all 3 years of my degree, which I preferred to finding a place to rent myself, as it just meant it was one less thing to think about. Other colleges may only offer first year accommodation, meaning you'll need to find sort of private accommodation later on for the rest of the years of your study. This isn't necessarily bad. Some students may prefer that and enjoy the independence of living outside of college, but it's something worth knowing up front. You may also want to check whether the accommodation is on the main college site or spread out across different locations. You may want to consider the kind of room you want, so whether you would like an ensuite bathroom or you don't mind sharing facilities. So some colleges have beautiful historic main buildings, but they house students in modern blocks 10 minutes away, for example. So the location of that accommodation, the kind of accommodation that they offer, as well as the duration that they offer it for, so whether it's for all the years of your degree or only for the first year or second year, that's something you may want to look into when deciding what college you want to study at and choose on UCAS. So the fifth factor is sports and societies. Now, colleges usually have their own sports teams and societies. Even if you've never played a sport before, You're able to try something new at a really casual level usually in your college. There's everything from football and rowing to many more sports. It can be a great way to bond with people in your year and stay active as well. You can also look into college-specific traditions. So some colleges have famous May balls, others may have really strong societies in certain aspects, or music groups. So if you're passionate about something specific, you should see if that college has a strong culture around it. You can usually do that by checking their website or social media to get a feel for what students are actually doing within those colleges. You'll quickly pick up on each college's sort of personality and vibe and whether it matches what you're looking for. So if there's a particular sport you're really enthusiastic about, you can check to see whether that college offers that sport or is particularly good at it. And finally, one of the other factors you may want to consider is the location of your college. So some colleges are right in the city centre, making everything really accessible. You can walk to most of your lectures, libraries. They're sort of right in the centre, which means you've got access to all the restaurants and facilities, whereas others might be a 10-minute bike ride away from the centre of the city. That's just something you may want to consider, whether you don't mind sort of riding into your lectures or libraries, or whether you'd prefer to just have that within walking distance. So what are other sort of resources you can use to decide? Well, there are some great online tools like the Oxford College Suggester and Cambridge's College Chooser. Essentially, you answer questions that they ask about your preferences, and then they'll match you with colleges that they think are a good fit for you. Another great resource is obviously YouTube. Usually you can find lots of videos where students give tours of their college and then provide sort of honest opinions on their experiences there, and those are really valuable resources to use. At the end of the day, think about what kind of place you'd feel happiest in, because that's what matters most. And if possible, as I suggested earlier, attend open days or perhaps virtual events if that's a thing. Nothing beats seeing a place in person and chatting to current students to get their opinions on what life is like within that college. And if you're genuinely unsure, there's absolutely nothing wrong with then making an open application if you're unable to decide. So in summary, here's some perspective that might ease any worries that you have with deciding what course to choose. Your college choice is important for your experience, but it won't actually make or break your application. Both Oxford and Cambridge University use a pooling system. So if you're a strong candidate, but your chosen college has already made the decisions regarding the candidates that they're going to pick, they'll consider you for places at other colleges instead. Many successful students actually end up at different colleges than they originally applied to, and then go on to absolutely love it there. Your energy is better spent getting the best possible grades, writing a really strong standout personal statement, and preparing for university interviews, rather than spending a lot of your energy on deciding what college to choose, because those factors matter far more to admissions teams than the college you end up choosing. So if you found this video helpful and want some more detailed advice on applying to university, I've created a comprehensive free guide available at our website, EasyUniPrep.com. I've also provided the link in the description. Essentially, the guide covers the 10 most important things I did the summer before year 13 that helped me successfully go on to apply to Oxford University. It's packed with a lot of amazing tips on preparing your personal statement, finding work experience, and navigating the whole university application. So some of the ways that EasyUniPrep can help you succeed with your applications is, first of all, we offer personal statement reviews. We provide specific and general feedback on your statement, on both the structure of the statement as well as its content. And obviously we've been in the position you are in right now. We know what admissions teams like to see in personal statements, so that's some insight that we can help you with when we review your statement. We also provide 4 online courses currently, and that will be growing. We currently have an online course on writing your personal statement. And we also have online courses on work experience and university interviews to help guide you through the application process. And finally, we have blogs and free resources. Obviously, I just went over one free resource we're currently providing, which is 10 things that you should be doing in the summer to help you prepare for your university applications. But we'll have a lot more resources throughout the year. And our blog also provides a lot more tips and insights into the university application process. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions at all about college selection, please put them down in the comments. I'll try and read and respond to all of them. And if this video helped you feel more confident about choosing your college, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more university application tips. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you the best of luck with your Oxbridge journey.